Hey Mike, we have some questions for you. If you'll just peel off the tape over the questions and answer one, and then you can just pick and choose which ones you want to do. And you don't have to do all of them, just pick which ones you want.
Hello church, Mike Voigts here. I'm the new senior pastor around these parts. The communications department has put together some questions that they thought you would like to know about me. So we're going to go through and we'll peel them apart together and we'll see what the questions are. So what led you to become a pastor? Well, that's an interesting question. I was actually called to ministry by my pastor in New Orleans. I was raised in New Orleans as a child. And when I was 10 years old, he told me that God had called me to be a pastor. And I set that aside until I was at Baylor. And my wife Cheryl and I joined First Methodist here. And I went in to go talk with Dick Freeman to see if he knew of where I could get a job as a writer, because I was a writing major in the English department at Baylor. He said, no, you're called to be a pastor and you're going to go to seminary. All those years later, how he knew, I don't know, other than God gave him those words to say. So the rest is history, as they say. So two important men in my life confirmed that call in God for me. Okay. What's your favorite Bible verse and why? Well, because I like to have verses in context, let's say what's my favorite chapter in the Bible. And the one that I seem to refer to the most is Colossians chapter 3. In that chapter, Paul writes that we are to die to ourselves and rise again with Christ, and that it's not just Christ living in our lives. In verse 3, he says we can live in God's life. Wow, what a thought. So I love Colossians chapter 3. How do you like to spend your personal time with God? It's a great question. And in some ways, this may not be a normal answer. I like to think that every moment of our day is personal time with God. So it's not just scheduling God into my calendar. I like to think every moment is a divine encounter with God, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. So that's how I like to spend my personal time with God. What's one book besides the Bible that has impacted your faith? Oh, wow. Y'all are going to laugh when you see all the books I've brought from Kentucky. How do I put this down into one book to impact my faith? I'd probably have to say a very obscure book written in the 1800s by a college pastor who was also a Catholic priest. Crazy. The Soul of the Apostolate. And it's a text about how our life with God should lead us into our life in the world. One should lead to the other. And it's just a wonderful text that I refer to all the time. Who has been the biggest spiritual influence in your life? Oh my goodness. Spiritual influence, because there have been lots of influences, but to make it real specific, spiritual influences, I would have to, the first name that comes to my mind is a man named Jerry Mercer. He was a professor that I had at Asbury Seminary. He used to be a pastor in Houston, and he was a preaching professor at Asbury, and he became a mentor to me. He was a professor. Later on in his life, he actually became a friend. We had this long-lasting relationship, and I would just go sit at his feet when I had any issue, or he could read me so easily. He knew something was going on in my life. Jerry Mercer is probably, without a doubt, the greatest spiritual influence in my life. All right, let's answer some more. What's your go-to road trip snack? Probably, if coffee counts as a snack, that would probably be it. If we're on a long road trip and we're in the afternoon, I always get an afternoon coffee and some sort of ice cream to keep me going in the afternoon. Do you have any hidden talents? Oh my goodness. You know, I guess it's not going to be hidden anymore, but I am really good at cooking eggs. Yes. If you want an egg, I'll be right over. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received? Oh man, I've received so much advice because I've needed it over the years. Probably the best one is to be yourself wherever you go. Just be the same thing. Just have consistency in your life. If you're by yourself, if you're with a group, if you're in front of people, if you're behind people, no matter what you're doing, be yourself. What's your favorite way to spend a day off? Probably by hiding. How's that? That's easy enough. Where folks can't find me. What's your favorite way to procrastinate? What does the word procrastinate mean? If you could instantly master one hobby or skill, what would it be? Oh, I would love to learn how to fly a plane. I would love to do that, but I'm partially colorblind, so that would be really hard for me to do.
What about helicopters?
No, I'm scared of helicopters. So I'll stick with something that can at least glide. That would be nice. What's a fun fact most people don't know about you? Wow. I climbed or partially climbed Mount Rainier in Washington and got blown off by a storm. And that was not a fun day, but it was a great adventure. All right, let's answer 3 more. What's a sport you didn't like and now's one of your favorites? Oh, that's easy. Premier League football. I'm a big fan of Liverpool, thanks to my son Daniel. I used to think soccer, or what they call football, is very boring. Now I think it's one of the most beautiful sports, and I am hooked. If you could change one rule in any sport, I think they're working on it, but that new NFL kickoff. My best sports memory. Oh my goodness, this is easy. My family is originally from eastern Iowa, and so going back generations, we've all been Chicago Cubs fans. When I was 10 years old, we were living in New Orleans. My dad, for my 10th birthday present, took me to Chicago over the weekend, and we went to a Chicago Cubs game. They took first place that day, and I got to see Willie Stargell, played for the Pirates, hit a home run over the fence at Wrigley.
A home run for Willie Stargell.
This or that? Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird for sure.
Books or movies?
Oh, books.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Mountains or beach?
Yes? Is that allowed? Did I just break the rules?
Cats or dogs?
Oh, dogs, definitely.
Summer or winter?
Probably summer.
Ice cream cone or ice cream in a bowl?
Oh, ice cream in a bowl because you get a whole lot more.
Board games or video games?
Oh, video games.
Texting or calling?
Probably texting. Since my fat thumbs can't text very well, that's really hard to text, but yeah.
Pizza or tacos?
Boy, it depends on the day.
Staycation or travel adventure?
Oh, travel adventure. Let's go.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube?
Singing or dancing?
You don't want to see me dance, so singing.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Hot or cold weather?
Hot weather.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Pen and paper or digital notes?
Digital notes.
Spicy food or mild food?
It depends on the spice. Like, I love Cajun spice, but some of the Tex-Mex spice I can't handle. So that's hard to answer.
Suit and tie or jeans and a t-shirt?
Oh boy, I can be more formal. Probably a suit and tie. I'd have to admit. And here's a bonus one. What is your favorite home-cooked meal? Oh, this is easy. Cheryl is Italian, and she has a meatball recipe she got from her grandmother, and a pasta sauce recipe. I don't know how many centuries old this is, even if it came from the U.S., but when Cheryl makes her homemade meatballs and pasta, that's a good day.